Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakavadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Israel that rule well, and shalom to the Akim, Akwathium, and the speckled bird listening and learning. Shalom. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. So we started talking about those that have afflicted the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, and they have made no account of his labors, and you can see it in some of the speeches that are being made now. Okay, how proud the so-called white man is, saying that he created everything. Okay, they made this, they made that, but most of the things that we use today, like the smartphone, were created by so-called black people. Okay, the lights that you turn on, the refrigerators that you refrigerate your food with. Okay, the green light, the red light. All right, these things invented by so-called blacks. So the so-called blacks built this damn nation. Okay, their blood, the Native American Indians' blood. Okay, all right, and these men have made no account of the labors of our people, man. Okay, they're constantly saying that they were the architects of all the civilizations. Okay, when they stole a lot of their architecture from us. All right, all of the buildings in Europe, all of the castles. Okay, they got a lot of these. They got a lot of their architecture from the Native American Indians, the so-called blacks, the Latinos, the Aztecs, Incas, the Mayans. Okay, you see, these people are a bunch of goddamn culture vultures, man. All right, they haven't invented a damn thing. They just go and steal what you make and call it their own. We discovered this. Okay, all right, but they're a bunch of fucking liars. Okay, they're a bunch of liars, y'all. Second Ezra 12:31. All right, okay, because this is what's taking place right now. Jeremiah 28:8, Isaiah 58:1. Okay. All right, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old have prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms of war and of pestilence. Okay. All right. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud and spare not. That means that we ain't going to spare none of these people's fucking feelings, man. You know, they have no trouble not sparing the feelings of these nations. They don't have trouble sparing, they don't spare the feelings of the children of Israel, okay? When they speak proudly, you know, and say that they made every goddamn thing. All right, so we're going to come out here and cry aloud and spare not. We're going to tell the so-called white man he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. And when you go into the devil, what does the devil do? He steals, he kills, okay? And he destroys, man. And that's what the so-called white man has done. And he has lived deliciously, and we are out here to cry to the Most High to bring this fucking wicked-ass place down. All right? So 2nd Ezra 12:31. The lion, okay, the Lion of Judah, we have the spirit of the Lion of Judah, which is Yahweh Shai on us, okay, whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood and roaring and speaking to the eagle. And we know that the symbol of America goes back to Rome and Greece, is the eagle. Okay? So us being the lions, having the spirit of the Lion of Judah on us and coming out here and crying aloud and sparing not and telling the eagle that his days are done, man. His days are over. Okay? What is that in the book of Daniel? Many, many techie, many, many teckle. Okay? All right? Yo, this place, that the proverbial writing on the wall, man, that this place is finished. Okay, and they don't see it coming. All right. So in the lion, which is the Lion of Judah, which is Yahweh Shai, whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood and roaring and speaking to the eagle. Okay, American and European symbolization. Okay, that's their national bird is the eagle. So the lion, Yahweh Shai, that spirit, is roaring at the eagle, okay, and rebuking her for her unrighteousness with all the words which thou hast heard. So we're going to use the entire scriptures, okay, and now that the new covenant is being taught, all right, then now the end can come, okay, because now we're teaching salvation, okay, so now the end can come. All right. So that's what we're waiting for right now. This is the anointed which the highest has kept from for them and for their wickedness, okay, until the end. He shall reprove them and shall upbraid them with their cruelty. Okay. So the Most High is going to bring their cruelty down on their own heads. He's going to bring their cruelty, as cruel as they are, he's going to bring that cruelty down on their own heads. All right. Okay. Let me get Job 9 and 24. Which we can, I can pretty much quote that one, but I'm going to read it. Okay. All right. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If he's not if the so-called white man had covered up the faces of the judges, okay, the faces of the children of Israel, all right, he covered the faces of the Most High and his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay, he covered their faces. He painted over all the images. All right, he painted over our images, tore down all our statues, knocked the noses off of shit. Okay, and said that we were never anything. Okay, but savages, which is a damn lie. Okay, all right. So let me read that again. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, who's in control of the earth right now? Second Ezra 6 and 9 tells us, okay, that Esau shall be the end of the world, man. And if this doctrine that I'm talking about, being the new covenant, okay, when this doctrine is taught, then the end can come, right? If the end can come when this doctrine is taught, then where are we at right now? We're in the end. The lion is roaring at the eagle, okay? All right. You see, these people know that their end is here. All right. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges, and the judges being the children of Israel, man. Okay? The elect of Israel. All right? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You see? And cover up the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Because it's not some man underground with a red onesie on, running around with a pitchfork, stabbing people in the ass. Okay? The devil is a man. It's a nation of people, man. Okay? Because Yahweh Shai, what is that? Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Okay? That's a nation of people, man. Edom is a nation of people, man. Just like Israel is a nation of people. Edom is a nation of people. And what are this nation of people doing right now with their military? Okay? Going all over the earth, telling other people how they're supposed to conduct themselves. Okay? That's what they do. They go just like where they at right now, over in they went over to send some troops into Africa because they're having a civil war in Africa. They want to send troops over there, okay? And they're really going over there to steal resources. All right, that's what they do. They covet fields. Okay, what do you do when you covet something? You see, you go into they go into these other nations and say they're going to bring peace, but really they're going to steal resources, man. Okay, so who is the wicked if it's not the so-called white man? Who is it? They're the only ones stealing, killing, and destroying. Okay, with their blessing, the sword, which their father Isaac gave them, which is Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is coming back. Isaac is coming back as Yahweh Shai, and he's going to take that blessing back, the sword. Okay? He's going to take the blessing out of the so-called white man's hand, and he's going to put their ass in slavery, man. All right, you see? Grab. Yep. Isaiah 14 and 12. Okay. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? What did I just get done saying about what the so-called white man does with the sword, with his blessing? Okay, all right. You go all over the net, all over the world. You steal the resources of all these nations. Okay, turn them into a bunch of drunks and homos, and then you leave them over there to kill themselves. You see, this is what this is talking about, man. But now, how have you fallen from heaven? Okay, all right, because heaven is a condition. It is not. It's not a place where you go and float around. Okay, heaven and hell are conditions, and right now the children of Israel are in hell. All right, the so-called blacks, Latinos are in their condition of hell, man. Okay, all right. Like I said, the devil is not a man in a red onesie running around stabbing people in the ass with a pitchfork, man. Okay, it's a man, okay, that the Most High puts you in the hands of a captor that treats you like total shit. All right, and that's the condition of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They've been put in a condition to be treated like hell, man. Okay, so when that salvation, okay, when I go into salvation, what I'm talking about. When I go into salvation, that word salvation means to be taken out of the hands of your enemies, right? So if salvation means to be taken out of the hands of your enemies, when you are taken out of their hands and you're put into a position of power, that is your heaven, man. And that's what they're experiencing right now. They're heaven. That's why they do all the shit that they do. Their government can send troops all over the earth and steal everybody's resources, and nobody can do shit about it. Okay? So what is getting ready to happen? The salvation of the children of Israel is getting ready to take place. Okay, we're going to be taken out of the hand of our enemies, and we're going to be put in a position of power. Okay, all right, and that power is going to be given to us by whom? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a righteous rulership. It's not going to be a wicked ass rulership. You understand? The rulership that is getting ready to take place is going to be it's going to be a righteous rulership, and it's going to be with an iron rod. We're not going to put up with anybody's bullshit, man. Okay, you're going to live righteously, or you're going to get put the fuck to death. It's just simple as that. We're not going to bite our tongues. We're not going to say, don't worry about it. Nah, we ain't the mob, man. Forget about it, Don't have any. Forget about it, Tony? Nah, we ain't doing that shit. We're gonna bust you right up. We find out you're doing eating some fucking rat. Okay? Are you two men sleeping together in your damn country? We coming over there. We're gonna take their ass out in the square, the public square. Okay? We're gonna have everybody in the city. Hey, we found these guys. They found out these guys was doing some nasty shit. Okay? We found that they was doing some nasty shit, so this is what's getting ready to happen to them. We're getting ready to put that, we're going to bust their ass, we're going to beat their ass to death in front of the whole goddamn town. And tell them, if y'all do this shit, we're coming to get your ass too. And we will find out. All right? Okay? So this is how Esau, Salakia, for getting off point a little bit, but this is how Esau goes around the earth, and he manipulates all of these other nations, okay, into believing that he's there to support them, to help them, to retrieve any kind of resources, okay? And at the end of the day, what they do is they trick them by giving them fiat currency. They'll give them fiat currency like the dollar, okay, that ain't worth shit, and they'll take the resources and they'll make phones, okay, and all kind of other things, all right, that they use these rare minerals for, okay? and they'll take those and make phones and then sell them back to those people for 10,000 percent markups. Okay, all right, and he weakens these people by doing these things, man. Okay, he'll go into a country, he'll send CIA agents in to overthrow somebody and make it look like a damn revolt, and then they'll say they have to go in because it's a civil war. And at the end of the day, it's set up by the elites, man. Okay, they send in Muslim terrorists and all kind of other shit to start what looks like a fucking revolt against the government. They'll send the U.S. troops or NATO troops or UN troops in, okay, to squash whatever, and then they'll steal the fucking resources, man. All right, so, but that those days are over, man. Those days are over because the nations are starting to find out about Esau. They're starting to find out who this man is. Okay, so how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, which Lucifer being a light bearer, that's what they call themselves, the Illuminati. That's not what they call themselves. So, let me get that word. A matter of fact, okay, yeah, Lucifer, light bearer. Okay, shining one morning star. Okay, ain't that what the elites call themselves? They call themselves the light bearers, right? Hello. You see? The elites call themselves the light bearers. So that basically they're calling themselves, and how are they falling from heaven? How are they falling from the grace of the Most High? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? Because they have been wicked as hell, man. And the Most High never wanted their ass anyways. Okay? A lot of those elites, let's say the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Bilderbergers, the Oppenheimers, okay? These people are direct descendants, most likely, of people like Alexander the Great, Philip the Macedonian, Agag, okay? And Esau is fucking self, Amalek, all right? They're direct descendants of these people, man. And they know that, and they know that they have to get this birthright back, and the only way they can do that is create chaos in the world. It's like it. The only way they can do that is create chaos in the world, okay? And I was thinking about this the other day. Salakia. I was thinking about this the other day when damn, I just lost my damn thought. So like when you start talking about God damn it, just bending down to get my glove and it just went left that fast. Salakia though. It'll prop that up. Okay. But we know these people call themselves light bearers, and the elites, their fall is at hand, man. Okay, the light bearers. But us, okay, being the true light bearers, and that's what we're doing right now. We're showing a true righteous light in the world, man. Okay, and what's that scripture? Okay, that we are going to be out here shining a light, and the darkness will not be able to understand it, man. Okay, they're not going to understand what we're out here doing. They're not going to understand what we're teaching. Only the elites are going to really understand what's going on right now. Okay, especially now that the new covenant is being taught. What are we telling them? That we are back in agreement, okay, with the Most High, our God, our power, Yahweh. Okay, and they understand that, and that's why they're doing all the shit that they're doing. But we know that they're getting ready to fall hard. Okay, that's what's getting ready to happen to them. Oops, wrong book. Job 9. Oh no, it's Salakia. Job 20 and 4, and I'm going to read down to 9. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay? So we know that the triumphing of the wicked, okay, which we know with what I just read, Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, okay? And the triumphing of the wicked is going to be a short time. How long have they ruled the earth? For about 400 or 500 years, right? When they took the children of Israel down in Europe, the blacks, the blacks in Europe and the Latinos over here, okay? When the Spaniards and the conquistadors came over here and destroyed their civilization, okay, that they had, and over in Europe they took us down, okay, all right, and put us in what? Slavery. They put us in bondage because the Most High has prophecies, and those prophecies had to play out. Okay, we had to go through a hardcore slavery. They only ruled for a brief time, a half a day. Okay, not even 1,000 years. I don't have that poster here with me today. But we know that Rome, when Rome fell in what, the third, fourth century, okay, like 426, I believe, AD, or what is it, CE. They call it Christian era, okay? It was like 426 or something like that. So when you talk about their fall, when that was the womb, the first leg of the Roman Empire. When you start looking at this sign right here, you can see where it talks about the statue in Babylon. Okay, and that Roman Empire, that first leg of the Roman Empire. Okay, oh, I got some good stuff on here. Okay, the first leg of the Roman Empire. What happened? They fell in the fourth century. Okay, and then that wound was healed. All right, around the 1300s, 1400s, which is roughly 1,000 years, which we ruled in Europe. And I have a sign that shows you that. Okay, and we had to go through this right here. We had to go through this slavery. Okay, the northern and the southern kingdom, we had to go through this together. Okay, all right, that's what we had to deal with. All right, for a short period, and that's what the wicked was ruling for a short period of time. So we know that his time is up because the Most High tells you that he has a bound that he cannot pass, and we're reaching that boundary because now that the salvation, the new covenant is being taught, okay, the end can come. All right. All right. So that the tribe, let me read it. Let me start from 4 again. All right. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? So he's getting ready to perish like his own dung. After he gets done with that 1,000-year slavery, we're gonna take their ass off the earth, man. We're gonna remove every Edomite from off the earth, man. And the eyes that have seen him are gonna say, "Yo, where is he?" I think me and the brother Yahweh Maccabees probably a few weeks ago. I think we were having a conversation about that. Might have been a month or so, but we were having a conversation about how after that 1,000 years, his ass, we're gonna get rid of their ass, man. That's scripture. Okay. All right. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Hey, where's that? Where in the hell are them damn red people? Okay. All right. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Okay. And that's what's going on, man. And that's what's getting ready to happen. All right. All right. Let me read that again. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. And that is what is getting ready to take place to the nation of Edom. Okay? All right? The second leg of the Roman Empire is getting ready to be broken down, man. All right? That's the dream, okay, that Daniel had. Or no, that Nebuchadnezzar had, and Daniel interpreted it. Okay? Salakia. All right? Let me get my next scripture here. Job 18 and 16. All right. Job 18 and 16. I will read. Oh, okay. Let me get this word real quick. I might read down a little bit. Yeah, I might read the whole way down. Let me see if there's anything else I want to get up here. I think I want to start at 14. Yeah, I think I'll start at 14 and read down to 21. Okay, Job 18 and 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Who is the king of terrors? We understand, we know that the Most High, Yahweh, okay, when he drowned, he killed damn near everybody on the planet during the flood, okay, during the time of Egypt. In Egypt, what did he do? Okay, when he told the children of Israel, to put blood over their doorpost. Okay, what did he do? He came in and killed all the firstborn in Egypt. All right. So we know when the children of Israel were brought out of Egypt, what happened? The other nations were calling him Allah Shaja, okay, our great demon-like power. So we know that the Most High Yahweh is the King of terrors. Okay. All right. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is not of his brimstone. Uh, uh, Let me read that again, Salakia. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above his branch be cut off. Okay? His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. Okay? His remembrance, his rulership right now that he has, okay, is not going to be remembered. Okay? He's not going to have a name in the streets. When he is in his captivity, in his hell, hey, what's going on? How you doing? All right, I'm good. Thank you. Okay? When you start talking about his name not being remembered in the street, or he having no name in the street, means that when his roots are dried up, okay? When he loses control of, when he loses this power that he has, and he goes into slavery, ain't nobody going. He's going to be called an Edomite. Hello. You see? White chick waving at me and shit. The white people standing, their family, look like the mom and a couple daughters, son and shit. They waving her. Okay. All right, okay. My Denzel voice. A lot here, y'all. I fuck around like that sometimes. Because it's funny, that they don't realize, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they understand that what's getting ready to take place, man. You know, I can't remember what state it was, but there was an Edomite, and he was in there talking about how bad it was getting for them because they don't have the numbers. It's like they're being replaced. Okay, and he was so upset about that. You know what I mean? And he was trying to. He was so upset about it, and he was trying to say that all the Muslims and everybody else need to get out of America, okay, so that they can have their white nation. All right, but a lot of, hey, what's going on, brother? No, I'm an Israelite. I'm teaching. I'm teaching about the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The Bible is a history book about us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm here every Saturday around 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Yes, sir. Yep. So he asked me if I was in the military. Yeah. Well, I got this jacket on. Doesn't mean, nah. Got to tell him what we doing out here, man. This is why we really got to be out here. The brother said it to me last night. And sometimes if I have to make a video in my car, it's for if it's raining, I'm going to sit in my motherfucking car. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm sick. I'm damn near 60, a few months. You know what I mean? I get wet out in this cold. I'm gonna get sick as shit, and I ain't trying to go there. All right, you know. And I do my midweeks in my car too. I used to go down to the park, sit at the bench, but by the time I get off work, it's fucking dark. It's gonna be dark most of the time. So I either do it in my house or I'm going to do it in my car. All right. Okay, let me get back to the scriptures. Job 18. I think I was at, let me read, it was 17. I'll read that again. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, okay? And his light right now is him in rulership. And that darkness is him going into slavery, okay? His ass is getting ready to be taken. The lights is getting ready to be put the fuck out for the nation of Edom. And he's going into complete darkness, man, which is slavery, hardcore fucking slavery. The same thing he did to us. I showed y'all the sign already. I'll show it to you again. This is what he did to us, and he gets double, okay? Esau is going to receive the double for what he has done to the children of Israel. It's scripture. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? Not me. It's not me saying it, it's the Most High saying it. Okay? His ass is going to get handled. All right? He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. Okay? He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor enter remaining in his dwelling. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day. Okay? They that come after shall be. I thought it was a crash. Deserted, appalled, okay, stunned, okay, causing horror, okay. Let me read that again. All right, they that come after him shall be in horror, man. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to his ass, man. At his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Okay, what I just get done talking about in Egypt. What happened? All the nations that saw what happened to the Egyptians, okay, when the Most High took us out of there, and the Most High put his hands on their ass for what they did to us, the nations were calling the Most High the King of Terrors, okay, Al-Shaja, which is a great demon-like power. All right, so when the Most High starts putting his when he starts putting his hands on Esau for what has done and is still doing to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the nations are going to be in horror. They're going to be like, God damn, you know? They got, you know how you were saying, he got fucked up. That's what the nations are going to say about Esau. They're going to be astonished. They're going to be astonished. They're going to be in horror, okay? When the Most High puts his hands on these people, man. It's going to look like Esau's getting ready to take over and win, all right, at first, okay? When they start putting their hands on his anointed, okay, the elect, the anointed of Israel, what's going to happen? The tide's going to change, man, okay? And that's why these other nations are going to see what's going to happen to these people when they start putting their hands on brothers that are teaching the new covenant, okay? Those that come in all right, at the end, and are changed because of their belief. They're going to see that, and what's going to happen? These nations are going to be afraid. They're going to be so scared that they're just going to give America up, man. They're just going to be like, yo, we got to. They're going to nuke the shit out this place, man. And that's when we're going to be taken up. Then we're going to come back down in the new bodies, and we're going to hunt these people's asses out, man. We're going to be hunting, okay, for the survivors of this devastation that's coming. Okay, that's what our job is going to be, to hunt these people out, man. Let's put this back here so I get going around and shit. All right. Okay. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Okay. This is the place of he don't know God over here. He professes to know God because he has churches. Okay. Ronald Reagan said the Bible is the law of the land at one point. Okay? And what did they do? That was a bunch of happy horse shit, man. Okay? It's getting a little nippy out here, y'all. Well, I might have to put my scarf on. Shit. Okay? So this is the place that knoweth not God, man. All right? Job 27 and 13. All right? This is the portion of a wicked man. All right? Okay? To be totally destroyed, man. That goes along with the wicked in Israel. We're not, all of Israel ain't going to make it, man. 2 parts of Israel are going to be left here. Okay? 2/3 are going to be left, man, because they don't want to get right. Okay? I went into that yesterday, how the servant, okay, those prophets are those servants of the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai that know his will and don't do it. They're going to be what? Beaten with many stripes. So we got a lot of men that teach that they're Israelites, okay? Goofball ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? Whispering and shit. Let me read that over. Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, our power, and a heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. Okay? What I just get done talking about? The judgment, okay, that's going to come down upon these people, man, for what they have done. That's going to come from the Most High himself. Okay? That judgment. 2/3 of Israel, judgment. They don't want to get right. The nation of Edom, judgment. The heathens, judgment. That's what they're gonna receive, man. Okay? All right? There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it, and there ain't no fucking where you can run or hide. Okay? All right? Period, point blank. All right? If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. So his widows are not going to weep. Okay? All right, when they see all of the wickedness that is taking place on this earth right now, okay, all right, and it's because of their men, all right, and a lot of them are turning on them right now. I see the videos, and these white women are like, man, shit, I gotta pick a side, okay. So that's what's taking place right now, man. All right, they are not going to weep for their men only because they are going to understand the wickedness that they have done, and a lot of them are complicit. So a lot of them are going to be destroyed too. Okay, in this race war, this civil war that's coming. Okay, that's what's getting ready to take place. All right. So if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. So the children of the nation of Edom multiplied for what? For destruction. That's what's coming. All right. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death. That long, drawn out thousand a year slavery that they're going to be in. Okay, that 1,000 year slavery, and just like us, the angels that left their first estate in the chains of everlasting, the everlasting chains of darkness, had to come back over and over and over to experience different portions of our captivity, different areas of our captivity. Okay, some of us were on the slave ships. Some of us were thrown off the slave ships. Okay, all right. Some of us were around during the time of 70 A.D. when we fled out of Egypt. Okay, and ran Salakia fled out of Jerusalem. Yahweh Shah said, when you see the armies compassing, when you see Rome or the armies of Rome compassing Jerusalem, then flee into the wilderness. And what did a lot of us do? We fled because we understand the mission. Okay? All right? Oh, goodness. Ecclesiasticus 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High, our power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. Okay? So we understand, okay, let me go back to 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father. What children? The children of the nation of Edom. Okay? And when I just got done talking about his women are not going to mourn. Okay? They're going to find out that the nation of Edom, okay, the so-called white man, all right, and according to the Holy Scriptures, the so-called white man is the nation of Edom. At the end, they're going to find out that their fathers had lied to them about everything. They're going to find out when we read the Scriptures and we bring out the fact that the children of Israel are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, they're going to say we were lied to. And that's what's happening on on a large scale. The nations are starting to see it, the truth for what it is. Vladimir Putin brought out all the art, okay, and I don't have that image out right now, but he brought out, and there's a book, it's called the Russian Icons, okay? When you look at the book, The Russian Icons, it'll show you the true images of the prophets, okay? And that's what Vladimir Putin showed the whole world, all right? That everybody, y'all have been lied to. Okay, so what's happening? He's actually doing it. He's complaining of an ungodly father. Yo, my forefathers lied to me. This is the truth. Okay, now they ignorantly call Yahweh Shah Jesus. Okay, which is a so-called black man, and Putin himself said that Jesus, he was ignorantly saying the wrong name because he doesn't understand the truth for what it is. But he said he's a so-called black man. Okay? So that's them complaining of an ungodly father. So woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. Okay? You've changed the images. You've changed the names. Okay? You have hidden. Okay? And I read this earlier. Okay? And in Job, how they changed the faces of the judges. They've changed the faces of the saints. Okay, they've changed the faces, the names of the children of Israel, and they took the land of the children of Israel. Okay, and that's what's taking place, man. All right, the awakening of the children of Israel coming back into their understanding of who they are. Okay, their laws, statutes and commandments, their history, the prophecies. Okay, and like I said, now the new covenant. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, how you doing?
Good, brother. Good.
All right, good seeing you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, you take it easy. Yeah, you too. See? Yeah. Psalms 52 and 2. What's up, brother? Oops, wrong book. Psalms 52 and 2. Getting a little cold out here, y'all. Like tongue divide. Let me hold on. Let me go back up here. No, I'm gonna start it too. And I think I'll read down to. I think I'll read down to verse 6. All right, Psalms 52 and 2, and I'll read down to 6. Thy tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. What did I just say about the nation of Edom and how they changed the images, they changed the names, okay? They stole the heritage of the children of Israel, okay? They divided the land of the children of Israel. That's why they're over there fighting, bombing the shit out of Palestine, okay? They divided our land over there, okay? And deceitfully they have done these things, man. All right? Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Say lie. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Okay? They love to deceive the nations, man. You know? They love to deceive their own people. They tell people they're going into the Middle East and different nations, okay, to bring peace, but they're actually going in there to steal resources under the guise of peace, man. Okay, what is that one scripture? Okay, by their what is that? Salaki. It's by their policies they shall destroy many. Okay, even their own people. Their policies are even geared at destroying their own people. Okay, this is how wicked these people are. This that you know when you make policies that make it difficult for people just to live. You know what I mean? And you create policies to go around the world and put sanctions on nations that don't want to do what you want them to do. That's some wicked ass shit. It's just wicked. Thou love all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out, and thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Okay, so what I read earlier about how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, and Lucifer goes into light bearers. All right, the elites, the Oppenheimers, DuPonts, the Gettys, the Bilderbergers. You see, those are the people that call themselves light bearers. God damn. You see, all right, that's what's getting ready to happen to them, man. They're going to be taken off of this earth. They're going to be taken out of rulership, and they're going to be put into a 1,000-year slavery. All right? God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Say aloud. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Okay? So the righteous, when you start talking about the righteous, you're talking about those that have come into the new covenant. Okay? We have come back to the understanding of who we are and know that we have to come into a covenant with our power and agreement. All right? Not like the first covenant, okay? But he said that he will make a new covenant, okay? A better covenant. And that's what he has done through the blood of his son, Yahweh Shai. All right? So we have to come into that covenant or that agreement with them, okay, to become known as the righteous, the elect, okay? Because all of Israel is not going to make it, all right? Not all of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are going to come into this agreement before all hell starts breaking loose out here. They're not. All right. So lo, this is the man that made not our power his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches. See, they just because that well, I can't remember what Rothschild it was that was sitting on all that fucking gold down inside a bunker. Okay, tons of gold bricks, big ass gold bricks, man. He's sitting on it with a big ass smile on his face. See, they trust in their riches. They don't trust in the power. They don't trust in, just like I said, we had to come back into the covenant, okay, with Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, through the bloodshed of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, okay, and come into the covenant to receive when you go into the book of John, the blood and the water came out. The blood representing the covenant, and the water represents the provision of the Holy Spirit, being fed by the Holy Spirit to get a better understanding of why we need to come back into the new covenant, into that agreement. Okay, see, we trust in the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Okay, and Esau, the so-called white man, trusts in what? He trusts in his riches. He thinks that his riches is going to be able to save him from what is getting ready to happen. It's not. Okay? So God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Lo, this man that made not God our power, Yahweh our power, okay, his strength, but trusting in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Okay, what did I say about the policies? His policies shall destroy many. Or by his policies he shall destroy many. Okay, his policies making himself, okay, and his family and his friends rich, while everybody else fucking suffers. Okay. All right, that's what the elites are doing. We're gonna destroy even our own goddamn people to stay in power. Okay? All right, they don't care. You see? But I am like a green olive tree in the house of our power. I trust in the mercy of our power forever and ever. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. That's why we say we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. You see? All right. Psalms 55 and 21. All right. See? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You see? The words of his mouth. He goes and tells all the nations, we want to come in and help you. We want to come in and help clean up. You know, we want to come in and build some schools. We want to come in and build an oil refinery for you. Okay. All right. We'll make a deal with you. We'll build the oil refinery. And, you know, then you can just give us a certain amount of oil every year. Okay. But the real idea, and that's why Saudi Arabia ditched the dollar. It's no longer the petrodollar anymore. Okay. Because they found out that the dollar wasn't worth shit. After they took the silver and the gold backed dollar out of circulation and made a fiat currency. Okay, all they were given were debt notes, man. Okay, and the nations are finding out that all they're getting is some printed paper. You see, the nations have found out that all they're getting is some printed paper. They're not getting a true currency because it's not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. You see, all right, and that's why when it says his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay, all right. We're gonna promise you that we'll help you. All right, but the whole time they want to come in and steal all your shit. All right, okay. Boy, it's getting cold out this bitch. All right, Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. Okay, so we know when I start talking about the elites, okay, and the rich of the nation of Edom, they have more than their heart can wish. Okay, living in gated communities. We have some pretty wealthy communities here where I live at, but I've been as a truck driver. I go by different areas, but highways and some certain back roads, and I see some of the houses that these people live in, man, and it's like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Some of the cars, especially when I'm down in like Virginia area. When I'm down in the Virginia area, man, some of the I see some really nice fucking cars down there. Like I said, Wednesday I think it was. Uh, yeah, it was Wednesday. I was down in Virginia, at Fredericksburg area. I was pissed. I was so fucking mad that day. Yeah, I was so mad that day, man. Leave my house at 5 in the morning and didn't get back till 8 o'clock that night. You know, and I drive 10 minutes to where I pick my damn tractor up. You know, and that was a long day, man. But like I said, when I'm down in certain areas, down in D.C., all right, certain areas of Virginia, these people they live in lavish, man. You know, I go across bridges and see um, houses, nice ass big houses with boats and shit, big ass yachts behind them. You know, they have more than what their heart could wish, man. And a lot of us are out here struggling our ass off, just to pay fucking bills, man, and keep food in the house. You know, all right, blocking. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. Okay? So the elites don't give a damn about the average person, not even their own. You see? They speak, let me read that again, matter of fact. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. Okay? They speak loftily. They speak ill about people that are oppressed. They don't give a damn about them. They don't care about the poor. Okay, they give you the impression that they do, but they really don't give a damn about the poor. Not even the poor of their own people, man. You see, and that's why they don't understand. Okay, when this civil war starts, and they're talking about some of these senators and some of these other rich people are moving on fucking military bases and shit. Because they're scared. They understand that even their own people are going to lash out at them because they're finding out what they're doing, and it's dirty, man. It's all filth, you know. You see, So even our own people are going to lash out at them, man. Yeah, that's where they talk about the left and the right. You know, it's left wing, right wing. It's the same damn bird. You know, and a lot of people are finding out that it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, all right. Isaiah 14 and 21. Okay, all right. So this is thus saith the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers. Okay, you go to the book of Lamentations, it tells you that our fathers have sinned, which is talking about the children of Israel's fathers, the so-called blacks, Latinos. Their fathers have sinned and are not, but we still bear the punishment for their sins, for their iniquities. Okay, you know, when you go in the book of Deuteronomy, it tells you that he will visit the sins on the children after the third of the fathers on the children after the third and fourth generation. So after 3 and 4 generations, you come back down to this earth and play out your judgment. Okay, time after time after time. All right, I go into Jude 6 and 1. All right, the angels that left their first estate. All right, the angels that left their first estate and are in these everlasting chains of darkness, which are these bodies. When we come back after the third and fourth generation, we have to play out our judgment. What's going to happen to us in the end? How do we die? Okay? How do we die righteously or do we die as a wicked ass person? All right? So it tells us in Isaiah 14 and 21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers. So after 3 and 4 generations, the slave masters and all of the other people that have done wickedness, okay, to the children of Israel, they come back down here, okay, and a lot of those people that have did hangings, okay, and mutilations of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are here today, and they're going to play out their judgment. How are they going to die? Okay, just like the 2/3 of Israel, 2/3 of these black, Latino, and Native American Indians. They don't want to. They don't want to get right. They don't want to come back into the covenant. So how are they going to? What is their judgment going to be? Okay, what is that? I just went into it the other day. The servants that knew my will. Okay, so those men that are calling themselves Israelites, teaching you the Bible, okay, teaching you the name, they're teaching you the history, okay, they're teaching you the prophecies, but they're not teaching you, they're actually denying the new covenant. They knew the will of the Most High, but they didn't do it. They shall be beaten with many stripes, which means their judgment is going to be worse than somebody that doesn't know the truth, okay, because they knew the will and they didn't do it. So the Most High is going to give them a worse punishment than somebody that doesn't understand the truth. Okay? All right? That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, and will cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew, saith Yahweh. Okay? So the Most High is going to take these people out of power. All right? There's going to be a nuclear exchange. Those that survive are going to go into slavery for 1,000 years, and after that 1,000 years, they're going to be put off the earth. Okay, period, point blank. Hello. All right, that's thus said Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Isaiah 10 and 1. I'm going to read down to 7. Woe unto them that decree unrighteousness, decrees, that write grievousness which they prescribe, Okay, but I brought it up earlier about through his policies, he shall destroy many. Okay, that's the prescribed. That's what that goes into. Let me get that word. Okay, it's called thab. All right, to write, to record. All right, inscribe, engrave. All right, to register, to decree. All right, what is it? What are those executive orders? Those are decrees, man, being put down. Okay, those are unrighteous. A lot of unrighteous decrees. Okay, those executive orders. If people ain't paying attention, they better start paying attention to some of those executive orders. All right, because that's what they're doing. They're prescribing our right, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, or decreed. All right, okay. All right, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. See? And what will ye do in the day of visitation and desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help, and where will you leave your glory? Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. See? They're going to bow down to the prisoners. Who's the prisoners? Okay? The blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay? The poor, the needy. Okay? All right? They're going to have to bow down before these people. Okay? Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain, and all this his and all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out. All right. Oh, Assyrian, okay, aka Edom, all right, which they're also known, this is also known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt, okay, and the daughter of Babylon. All right. Oh, Assyrian, the rod of mine anger. That's talking about the nation of Edom. The so-called white man is the rod of the Most High's anger. He's also known as the hammer of the whole earth. All right. The scriptures say, how is the hammer of the whole earth broken? Okay. Because that's what it is. America is broken. That hammer, that rod of the Most High's anger. Okay. You see?
America's broken?
Oh, it's broken.
What's broken about it?
What do you mean?
We just elected
What do you
the
mean?
best president we've ever had.
That's a damn lie.
Oh, no.
That's a lie.
Oh, yeah, you sound like a man of God.
Yeah, I am.
No,
I am.
that's a
What
difference of opinion.
What does a man of God sound like?
That's a difference of
What's
opinion.
What's a man of God sound like? What does he sound like?
You don't have to tell me it's a damn lie. You may disagree with me.
Oh, I'm telling you it's a lie.
That's okay.
I'm telling you it's a damn lie because I have an opinion. Okay, well exactly. I gave you mine. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
100 years
Have a nice
ago,
day.
you paid 70 cents
Have a nice
for
day.
eggs and earned 50 cents an hour.
Have a nice
Today,
day.
you pay $2.50 and earn $25
I have an
an hour.
opinion just like you do. You said he's the best. I said that's a damn lie. It's a lie. And what does a man of God sound like? Huh? See? Come over here talking that shit. How's America broken? Man, look at this fucking place. You know, you got homeless people, 100 homeless people right around the corner trying to get something to fuck to eat, and half of them ain't got nowhere to stay. Okay? But they still sending billions of fucking dollars over to Israel to help fund the war. But they can't feed or house these people. House is not broken. But he going home to his warm house, okay? All right? While all these other people out here suffering. But he don't give a damn about them. See? All right? So, Assyrian, okay? Also known as the nation of Edom, okay? Also known as the daughter of Babylon. All right? The Bible says that it's spiritual Sodom and Egypt. The rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. Okay, his righteous anger. So what the Most High did to the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, was out of his righteous anger. Okay? They went against what he asked them to keep his law, statutes, and commandments, the first covenant. Okay? They didn't do it. So he whooped their ass over and over and over again. Okay? The seven major captivities, this being the seventh and final one. Okay? So he used the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, to punish his fucking children. All right? And now that punishment is over. That's why we're coming back into the understanding of who we are. To rule in a kingdom that's righteous. Because there won't be no homelessness in the kingdom of heaven. There won't be no hungry people in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? You see? But this is how is this place broken? You know? All the money, all the rich, the filthy rich, the DuPonts, Bilderbergers, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, all of these people have trillions of dollars, okay? And instead of sharing it, okay, they hoard it and they speak loftily, okay, concerning oppression. They don't give a damn about the poor. You see? But this place is not broken. All right? I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the street. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think, does his heart think so, but is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. You see? So the Most High allowed the hammer of the whole earth to go and destroy everything and everybody. Okay? All right? And oppress the poor. You see? But now that time is up. That time is over. And that's why the scriptures say the devil has come down with great wrath, knowing that he has a short time. That's why they're doing all of the shit that they're doing. Okay? You got National Guard troops, you know, in cities doing what the fuck the police should be doing. You see? What happened to that? The police doing their job. All right, so I'm getting cold, bro. I got to get this one more. I'm shaking. All right. All right, and I just brought this up, so I'm going to read it, and that's going to be my last scripture for today. It's Jeremiah 50 and 23. Okay, it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay, because like I said earlier, Saudi Arabia has ditched the dollar. It's no longer the petrodollar. Okay, because of the understanding that they have now of what that currency is, man. All right, it's not backed by anything except promises. Okay, you see, a whole lot of broken promises. Thank you. You know, so that's how the hammer. All right, America is the hammer of the whole earth, man. They go around and they tell people how to conduct themselves. Okay, when they're doing a lot of the wicked ass things on the earth. Okay, so the hammer of the whole earth has been broken. All right, just like I said to the older Edomite gentleman that came by and said that's not what a man of God sounds like. Okay, I'm telling you that your nation is broken. Okay, if you think Trump's the best president that you ever had because eggs are fucking cheaper, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, come on, man. That's all you can stand on? The price of eggs, the price of gas, okay?